Hey, today we're going to take a look at 3 handguns that have been recalled by Ruger over the years. Now I want to start off by saying this is not going to be a negative video aimed at Ruger. I've owned many Rugers in the past, I own many now, and I will own Rugers in the future. So, love Ruger firearms. In fact, I applaud Ruger for when they do have a problem, they step up to the plate and they take care of it. So, with that said, let's get started. We're going to cover the Ruger Blackhawk. Very popular single action, been around a long time. I'm going to show you, or I'm going to tell you why this gun was recalled, what Ruger did to fix the problem, and I'll show you what to look for to see if your gun's been sent back to the factory and fixed or not. We're going to take a look at the Ruger P85. And then we're going to take a look at the SR9, very popular handgun today. In fact, this is one of my favorites. So you know what, let's go into the shop, take a quick look at these, and I'll tell you what to look for. We're going to start off with the Ruger Blackhawk. Now the reason this gun was recalled is because it's very unsafe to carry with 6 rounds in the chamber. A gun like this you want to carry with 5 rounds, and you want the hammer resting on an empty chamber. Otherwise, if you drop the gun and it lands on the hammer, the gun can and will discharge. So in 1973, Ruger redesigned the Blackhawk to make it safe to carry with 6 rounds, and they called it the new model Blackhawk. So let's see if we can get a shot here. See, this says Ruger Blackhawk. Now if it said new model Blackhawk, Vaquero, or Bisley, it would not be covered by this recall. So if you have a Blackhawk, a single 6, or a Super Blackhawk made before 1973, it is affected by this recall. But you know, the easiest way to determine if your gun was made before 1973 is look and see if it has these 3 screws right here, just like this one. This will tell you it was made before 1973, and you should not carry 6 rounds in it unless it's been converted. So first thing we want to do is make sure the gun is unloaded, which it is. Now this gun has been converted by Ruger, and I'll show you what that looks like. And we'll take a look at the hammer. If your gun has been converted, it's safe to carry 6 rounds, but you're going to have a notch right here in the hammer. You're going to have a cutout right here on the hammer, just like so. And you're going to have this piece right here. This is called the transfer bar. And it's going to transfer the energy from the hammer to the firing pin right there. But it's only going to do that if the trigger is pulled all the way back and held. Let's see if we can get a shot here. See, that transfer bar comes up when I pull the trigger, and it stays up, allowing the gun to fire. If you don't pull the trigger, if you drop the gun and the trigger's not pulled, that bar is going to move out of the way, just like that. And the gun will not fire because of the cutout on the hammer, which will prevent the hammer from hitting the firing pin. So that's what you want to look for, the 3 screws, and look to see if it's been modified. If it has not, please do not carry 6 rounds in the gun. You need to contact Ruger. They will send you the instructions and a shipping box. And you know what, that about covers it on this, so let me get you that information. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are interested, 41 Magnum, made in 1970. Excellent condition. Next gun we're going to cover is the Ruger P85. This is a 9mm that came out in 1987 and was discontinued in 1990. Now we're talking the P85 only. I'll show you here. If your gun says P85 Mark II or any other P-series pistol, it is not included or affected by this recall. You'll notice on this gun it has an outside hammer on it, and it has a safety right here. That's on safe, that's off safe. When you cock this gun and put the safety on, it's going to decock it. That's a very safe design, but Ruger discovered that if the firing pin broke in a certain way and you decocked the weapon, it could actually discharge. So what Ruger has done is they've replaced the firing pin and they've replaced the safety on the P85. I sent this gun in to Ruger many years ago, and they sent it back, and what they do, so you know that it's been sent back and fixed, is they'll stamp the safety right here with an MK2R. And let me show you a photograph of that. So again, if your safety is marked on either side with MK2R, the gun has been sent back and it has been fixed. If you have a P85 and you don't have that on it, you need to contact Ruger and send the gun back to them. And I'll show you here in a second how to contact them. Now when I sent this gun back to Ruger and they sent it back to me, they included a free 15-round magazine, which I thought was pretty cool. That's about it on the P85. Very simple. Just look for that. If you don't have it, give them a call. Alright, the next gun we're going to cover is the Ruger SR9. That under certain conditions, if the safety was off and the gun was dropped, that the gun could discharge. So what Ruger has done is they've replaced the trigger system in this gun. This gun has been sent back to Ruger and it has been converted. And what they've done is they've put in this new trigger right here. Now Ruger calls this little piece right here the inner trigger. Now that's going to prevent the trigger from moving back if the gun is dropped. So what you want to look for is this inner trigger on your SR9. If you have this, your gun is not affected by this recall. But if it doesn't have it, and it looks more like a standard trigger like that, it needs to be sent back to Ruger. Okay, that's about it for the SR9. Oh, when you send your gun back to Ruger, they will send a free magazine back with the gun for your troubles. Me, I got a free 17-round magazine. That was pretty cool. That's about it for the SR9. Let me get you that information. Well, you know, that's it. You probably noticed that all three of these guns in this video have been sent back to Ruger, and they have been modified, and they are all safe to shoot. So if you have one of these, needs to be sent back, send it to Ruger. It's really, you know, it's really hassle-free. For one thing, you know, the federal government says that you can send a firearm to a licensed manufacturer and they can ship it back to you. So you don't have to go through a gun dealer, you don't have to go through a buddy with an FFL. You can send that gun straight to Ruger, they'll send it straight back. The only thing is, do not send it through the US mail, that's a felony, or USPS. Send it through FedEx or UPS. So you know what? There's really no reason not to get one of these fixed if it's been recalled. It'll just make you safer, make it more fun to shoot, and you know what? We'll see you guys next time.